Hello? Hello. Yes, I'm pretty sure I'm live. Oh, here it comes. Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. There it is. I am live. Look at that. Woo. Ooh, and I put some voice ped text there just so I could look fancy. You're welcome. Also, my larynx back there somewhere. It's very challenging to like point to things in the camera. Anyway, hi there. This is Shannon Coates. And as you know, because you're here on this page, I'm here at the Vocal Instrument 101. And I am out of office right now. And yet, I just wanted to come on and do a really quick live talking about an exercise that I've been using a lot in the studio in the last little while. And so I wanted to come and talk about it. Yes, so this is what happens when I'm out of the office. I'm like, ooh, I just want to be in the office, apparently. All right, so here we go. As you know, I am a voice teacher and voice educator, and I love to develop resources for voice teachers and to help make voice teachers' jobs easier. So the way that I do that is, I do come on live quite a bit. Oops, didn't tell my children to like keep it down. Hopefully there wasn't a lot of stairs coming in, but whatever, it's fine. So I go live often in this group, as you know, with some tips and tools. And I also, of course, have courses and classes and all that kind of thing. So Form and Free Pedagogy is coming up. Form and Free. Yeah, that's right. Form and Free. Pedagogy is coming up in a couple of weeks and lots of other stuff like that. So if you're interested in that, go over to my website, take a peek. In the meantime, here we are. I'm working right now with a group of singers in something I'm calling the Singers Cohort, which group of singers, everybody together, everybody understanding what everybody else is doing. We meet together on the regular, blah, blah, blah. Everybody gets lots of great instruction and also time to really work on in a really intentional and really concentrated way on one or two goals, whatever that may be. And some of the singers that I'm working with in this particular cohort are classically trained singers who are looking, and in fact, a couple who are not classically trained singers, who are music theater singers, and who are working on high belt or high mix or whatever we want to call it up there. Once we get up past, say, an A, and this is female voice, so once we get up past an A, or non-testosterone influenced voice, if we get up to an A4, for example, so I'm just looking down at my keyboard here, getting up to an A4 and figuring out what that mix and belt sounds like up there and how to do it. And so one of the exercises that has been really successful in the last little while that I've been loving is working with a straw. And so I wanted to come in here. Now, there's a lot of information about working with a straw on everywhere, all over the place. There's tons of great information about it. In fact, I wrote a blog post about it. Ooh, I'll put that blog post in the comments when I'm done doing this, because the blog post has like all of these great, like all tons and tons. If I do say so myself, it has tons of great resources in it that you can look at because why reinvent the wheel, right? Like, why should I like put together a whole, like, why should I make another resource when tons and tons and tons of great information's out there? So I will link to that. In the meantime, here's the quick exercise that I wanted to demo and just throw it out there in case you were interested in using it. And before I do that, I wanted to say that there are two things that I want to just make clear about working with straws. And again, this is all information that is freely available all over the internet. So one thing is this, that the particular kind of exercise that we do with a straw, we've been doing for a million years. This is not, it's called a semi-occluded vocal tract exercise. We've been doing this a long time. So if you've ever done if you've ever done if you've ever done humming, if you've ever done tongue trills, if you've ever done lip trills, if you've ever done anything where you kind of close the mouth slightly, semi-occlude even the mouth slightly, at some point, or semi-occlude the vocal tract or slightly close the vocal tract somewhere along the line in the vocal tract. If you've ever done that, you've done an SOVT exercise. So a straw is just a fancy SOVT exercise, and it is just a fancy, like, it's an extra tool that we have that we're using these days. So that's the first thing. The second thing is that the diameter of the straw makes a big difference in terms of your output and in terms of what kind of effects you have in the end. So most of us have, I mean, I have some fancy straws. I have like a singing straw, flam, flam, flam. It comes in like this little fancy packaging and all that stuff. So I have that, which is great, and I love it. And there are other products like that out there that are made specifically for singers. So they're at like really good diameter for using as an SOVT exercise. And some of the products that are out there actually even come with several straws that are different diameters, if I understand that correctly. So there's that. I'm not saying one is better than the other. I don't really know, but many of us have just this straw, and many of our students have this kind of straw. Oh, it's stuck in there. Let me just show you the diameter. Although I think you know, right? This is your pretty typical Starbucks straw, and obviously this is a reusable straw. I use it like almost every day. I wash it out, of course. Can I get it in there? Yeah. So you can see, you know what this straw size is, right? Like it's your basic straw size. And it's too big. So for the most part, this straw is too big to get the right kind of resistance that we need in order for straw exercises to work well. So let me pull that out again. If you're working with singers, still that. If you're working with singers and you're doing straw work with singers, or you're doing straw work and the straw is this big, what's the point? There isn't a lot of point because there's not a lot of resistance there, right? So you may as well just do oohs if you're going to do that, right? Or you may as well do a way more resistance with a than with a straw of this diameter. However, if you add a little resistance to the straw by, I don't know, putting it in about an inch or so, or like 3 centimeters of water, bum, bum, bum. Ooh, that's more than I wanted. Bonus, you can stay hydrated. So like maybe this much water. Give me a sec. Look at me preparing. So about this much water, that gives you a nice resistance then. And then we get a better, more efficient straw use thing going on. Make sense? Awesome. So here's the exercise. Shannon, get to the exercise. Here's the exercise. This is for, like I said, finding a high, I'm going to say belts, but a high chest voice mix, or a high mix, higher mix in the female voice, especially, although it can be used in with the male voice as well, just a little lower in the pitch range. But so we're talking about A4. I'm going to start on a D and go up to an A in a perfect fifth slide. I'm going to be on the straw, and then I'm going to come off the straw, and I'm going to have a little bit, I'm going to see if I can maintain the same sense of flow and ease and vibrancy that I had when I was on the straw. Here we go. Take a listen. So, oh, and I'm also starting in chest voice mode 1, flat, flat, whatever you want to call it, at the bottom. So. Ah! And then I'm going directly into my open, into my contemporary shaping where it's kind of wide in the mouth. Doesn't have to be, especially at this pitch range, it doesn't have to be, but it'll likely get you there a little faster if you're in that kind of wider shape, that contemporary shape. Notice how I'm asking myself to have a little bit of vibrancy on there. So this is an A. So let's just see what happens when we get up to a B flat. A flat to B flat. I'm gonna start in chest voice. I'm likely going to end up in head voice, mode 2, upper register, whatever you want to call it, right? Falsetto, you can call it whatever you want. I'm going to end up in the upper register, modal, like glottally, right? When I get to that B flat, and I'm going to sit there for just a second or two in the straw, make sure that I have some vibrancy going, and then I'm going to come off the straw, and I'm going to maintain that same sensation of like flow, movement, except I'm going to go back to chest voice, or I'll go back to mode 1. Here we go. So I get back into there, nice mix, nice flow, flam, flam, flam. Here we go again. hopefully what you can hear when I'm working in the straw, hopefully you can hear that I'm transitioning chest voice to head voice. So I'm transitioning from the lower register to the upper register, glottally speaking. So clear. As I'm going up in the straw, and then I'm giving myself a couple of seconds of really free, flowy, vibrant singing on the fifth within the straw. Then I'm removing myself from the straw. I'm reshaping into a contemporary shape, vocal tract shape. And then I'm expecting to have that same flow and release in chest voice or chest mix or whatever it is up there, as I did when I had my when I had the straw. So let's go a little higher. I think that's where we ended. So good. Oh, good mix going on. Good mix. Here we go again. So I'm starting to get in more of like that's a C. So that's starting to get a little higher in the belt mix range. And what's happening with at the fold level? Well, let's call it chest voice. Let's call it belt mix. But I'm gonna start to get higher here. Let's see. Again, so that's C sharp. You can keep going all the way up there with your students and or with yourself. And again, the main the benefit of this working this way is that you've got that resistance because you've got the straw, you've got that SOVT, you've got a little bit of resistance with the water, and you're giving yourself the best kind of setup in terms of flow, in terms of how you want those vocal folds to meet, in terms of vocal tract shaping, and then within the straw, when you're working with the straw. And then you come off the straw and you just transition a couple of things. You don't transition everything. You transition into chest voice or into thicker folds or however, TA dominant, whatever you want to call it. You transition into that and you transition into a more contemporary shaping, right? You come out of the ooh shape and into the ah shape, but you keep that flow and you keep that movement that you have going on in the voice. So especially with the breath, so that rather than coming into an ah sound, which not good, not what we want, right? We're all locked down and I'm intense. We still get that like released high chest slash belt slash mix sound. And so that's something to think about and to play with and see if you find that useful. Like I said, I will throw up that blog post in the link on this live so that you can take a look at some of the other resources that are out there. And, you know, let me know what you think. I don't see any comments here. That's okay. It's possible that there are no comments, and it's also possible, not said. I don't even know. I don't know. Because, hey, Facebook Live, I don't understand you. Anyway, it's possible that there are no comments. That's possible. I see that there are lots of people watching, but who knows? Awesome. There we go. Have a great week. Today's Tuesday, right? Woo! Oh, hey! It's a Tuesday. Terrific tips and tools. What do you know? Oh, Elaine! Oh, yay! Oh, Elaine, yeah. This would be a great warm-up for choirs, for sure. And also, like, especially if you're doing choirs online, everybody can be in the comfort of their own home, like spraying their like water all over the place. That's part of the reason I actually like working with a cup like this that has the thing on top, right? Yeah. Ah, Nikki Yachts, great work. Work's a treat. Oh, yay. Okay, so people were there and listening and awesome, awesome. I love to hear that. So that one is specifically, like I said, specifically for more of a high chest mix, but there are lots of applications within that, within this exercise, of course, but that one was specifically for that because that's what I was working on quite a bit this week, actually, or in the last 2 weeks. So have a great day. See you later. Oh, Elaine, what a great idea. Ooh, that's fun. Um, that I know of independent teachers who are also actually as part of their like welcome back package are actually like sending reusable straws, this kind of reusable straws to their students. So that might be fun, something fun to consider as well. Like you know, teachers, especially if you're not teaching in person, send a little care package or drop it off if you're close by to your students as a little like welcome back with a straw in it, and maybe maybe a cup like this that has your studio branding on it. What? That's an idea I just thought about. Will I be keeping this video? Uh, yes. Wait. I'm not sure what that means, Elaine. Yes, yes, I will be. Oh, saved. Oh, I didn't scroll down far enough on that comment. Sorry. Yes, I will be keeping this video saved on Facebook. So you are very welcome to come back to it any old time. Yeah, it'll be here. See you later.